It's finally raining here in the Rio Grande Valley. It has been so dry this season that it's kind of welcoming and relaxing to just sit in the RV with the screen door open and listen to the rain. Hi, I'm Bonita and I am early retired. I'm not old enough yet for Social Security. I'm living on a low income and I am living off of savings. And right now, I'm spending the winter in my RV in the Rio Grande Valley in South Texas. I normally live in Kansas. I have frugal videos all year round, and I hope that you will join me this year in 2025 as we share ways to save money and live our dreams. One of my favorite things about retirement is I don't have to get out in the rain. Yes, I have a few sprinkles because I put in my lawn chair and stuff just before it started raining, but I don't have to get out and drive in it. And the job I had before, I had to go do home assessments for the Department of Aging, and it didn't matter the weather. You had to go to all of these appointments every day. And I just don't miss it. Now I can enjoy the rain and the inclement weather a lot more than when I was working. But now we're going to talk about knowing your prices for grocery shopping. This is probably my number one rule. It saves me so much money. And when we had a grocery store, I saw people that weren't great with remembering numbers have a little notepad and write down what things cost. And that way they knew their numbers when they bought it the last time, what they paid for it, and it helped them know their price point. I've talked about price points so many times on these videos, and I think price points are so important. Now, a price point is the amount of money that you are willing to pay for a product. And I know my price points for like hamburger or pork or any of the fruits and vegetables that I buy. I know my price points. And I know those in my head, so I don't keep a little notepad. But unless it falls under my price point, I pick something else that is affordable. And I've done that for years now during inflation, and it's helped us have a full pantry, have lots of options, and keep our grocery budget low. Our grocery budget for two people is $245 a month. That includes our household supplies as well. But then again, I don't have that many household supplies. I have laundry detergent, which I've talked about before, and the type that I use to keep my costs low. I probably spend under $250 a year on my laundry detergent because I use the Hispanic brand that is much cheaper, and I only use like 1 tablespoon to 1.5 tablespoons for a large load. And then I don't buy paper towels. I keep one in the camper and I keep one at home just in case we have like a cat have an accident or something. But I don't buy paper towels as a rule. So we maybe go through one roll a year, maybe not even that. And this same roll of paper towels has been back here for this whole time that I've been here this season again. So I don't spend a lot of money on other household supplies. I use vinegar and water to clean with. And so I don't have any of the cleaning supplies. We use bar soap instead of soft soap. That saves us a ton of money. So I buy inexpensive bar soap that lasts well beyond what a soft soap would be. And so I just have very, very few household supplies. So all of those go into our budget. Now, when I'm down here in Texas, I stick to 122.50 a month and try to stay below that because that is just for me and that is our budget divided in half. So I'm only buying food for myself when I'm down here and I stick to that budget. So knowing your price point, I'm going to show you a few items that I noticed the other day and what they cost at Walmart and what I paid for them somewhere else. These Nature Valley crunchy granola bars had a bonus bar, 25 bars for $9.86, making them 36 and a half cents each. These are not something that I buy as a rule, but if I catch them on sale, I will keep some in the camper. I like to crunch them up on top of my yogurt, and I like to keep some in my car for a quick snack so I don't buy something if I'm out and about. But $9.86 is way too much, and I would never pay that much for that. Let me show you the equivalent that I got for a way better price. I picked up this 24 pack at Ollie's Discount Center, making them 16.6 cents each, saving me $4.80. Great Value mustard was $1.52, but at Ollie's I was able to pick it up for $1.19, saving me 33 cents. And I had been looking for more glucosamine. It helps with joint health and it helps with your cartilage rebuilding. At least that's what it's supposed to do. And I have used this off and on for years, but it is so expensive in the stores, like $15, $16 for, I don't know, 100 tablets. And I was able to get 300 tablets for $6.99. Let me show you what 150 tablets cost online. That's just a few items that I picked up at Ollie's discount stores. We're going to have to really know our numbers more than ever now that Dollar Tree has raised their prices. I think March 24th was the last day that they were sticking to $1.25. I went in on March 24th. I picked up a couple more cheap makeups and I left, and that way I have one in back stock. But everything is going up. So knowing our prices is more important than it has ever been to save money. And then keeping ourselves in check when it comes to those convenience foods can be key to keeping our budget low. Now, I showed you I bought those granola bars, but only because they were at a deep discount, super cheap, and they would keep me from buying fast food when I'm out and about. I like to keep a little bit of snacks in my car. I did this when I was working as well, and it really kept me from impulse buying food at a drive-through. Now, I don't know about you guys, but down here in Texas, they have something I've never seen, and that is convenience store drive-throughs. After work, these are lined up just like any other fast food place, and people are lined up to drive through the drive-through and buy their after work snacks and drinks. Now, one of the things that we definitely want to think about is when there's something of convenience, they try to take away our time between thinking about it and purchasing it. And a drive through does that. You have less time to think about it. You're not going in the parking lot, finding a spot, getting out of your car, going inside, standing in line. You're just pulling in, getting in line. And a lot of times they have barriers up where you can't change your mind and get out of that line. So when they make those convenience things so much easier and quicker, we don't have time to think about it. So that's something I really try to watch. And I feel like it saves me money, like keeping snacks in my car. It keeps me from having that short time between I'm hungry, I'm going to pull in somewhere, and I'm already in line. So now I'm going to spend $6 or $10 on something. I know I have a snack in my car. I can grab it. I can keep driving and I can do what I need to do and go on to my next thing on my agenda. So the next time there is something convenience, think about that. Is it shortening your time between processing it and deciding if you really want to spend the money or can spend the money? Or is it making you just spend the money, and then you think about it later. That is why shopping online does so well, because you can get a thought, look it up, click it, and have it on its way before you've even really had time to process whether or not you really needed it, should have been buying it, whether or not it was a good price, all of those things, because that convenience shortens the time that you had to process whether or not you even needed or wanted to make that purchase. I know for many of us, time is just a commodity that we don't have. Americans move and work and do things at a speed that a lot of other countries don't do. And we don't always think everything through because we're always in a hurry and we're always strapped for time. But shopping slow and really thinking about the purchase and taking time to know your prices can save you a bunch of money to make it where things are not so hectic at your house and money is not short and you're not short on food. But shopping slow takes time, and shopping strategically takes time, which a lot of people feel like they cannot afford. But can we afford to be spending the prices that we're seeing right now? Can we afford to have our grocery budget be up like 40%? We can't. So sometimes shopping slow and taking that time actually pays for itself. I hope this video has been encouraging and thought provoking for you. I hope that you will join me in the next video and give me a thumbs up. Thank you again for spending your time with me, and I hope to see you soon.